Hello and welcome to episode 32 of my Minecraft server series. This episode I'm just going to wing quite a lot of things. I haven't got much of a plan for this episode, but that's mainly because I've been looking at, well, this list behind me. And because of the whole Stargate-centric episodes, I feel like these have been, neglected. Just a tad. Just reading through this list for a second. A few of them we have already done, and a couple of them are ongoing jobs on the to-do list. So just going through them, we've actually cleared this area for the dragon pad because that's the big old area. If I want to open up the map, this is the base, and this area here is the area for the dragon pad. So that we've done. Explore the end. We've done that. That one's been achieved already. Let's add in another bullet point in there. Next one. Find ancient debris. Well, this one I have actually done. I've got 2 bits of ancient debris in my valuables chest, not to mention netherite scrap and 2 netherite ingots. But if we actually head outside for a second, one of the other things I've done off camera, I'm sure I've done it off camera, I don't think I've shown it on camera yet. I can't actually remember what I have and haven't shown. But if I just whiz through these for a second, I've actually got a waystone at the nether mine. And over here, if we were to just pop down here very, very briefly, obviously I'm digging this bit out, gathering bits and pieces. I've got 2 double chests, okay, a full double chest of netherrack. I found some of the red crystals for the Stargate stuff, a lot of them. But if I continue down this corridor, you will find that I've uncovered some ancient debris. So here are 2 pieces of the lovely cinnamon rolls, as people call it. And I don't think there is... Oh, no, there's another one there. Go down this wing, and I think there's another bit down here. There's some of the red crystals. Yep, here you go. Here's one. So already, that's 5 ancient debris. If we follow this tunnel all the way around, we come to another wing, which did I find? I did find some ancient debris over here. So coming out of that tunnel and following it round again, there's another piece here. So I think we can safely tick that item off our to-do list now that we've actually got 9 ancient debris, plus the 2 that's already in the chest. Ow. Well, thank you for not dropping your head. I was really hoping to get another couple of heads. That would have been nice. So going back to our list, find ancient debris is done. We have found some, and we will turn that into netherite at some point. Collect Stargate addresses. Well, this one is an ongoing one, so I'm going to leave that one there, but we have spent a few episodes doing that anyway. So we know that one's been done. We know from this lovely book here that we have gathered Stargate addresses to create our gate network. This is where it starts to get a little bit need to tick those bits off, because we haven't actually started the Dragon Pad yet. We have, unbeknownst to the plans, there are ordinary items that can be used to tame dragons. Things like cobblestone and the other types of stone and rocks. You can also use things like fish to tame other dragons, or most dragons, should I say. So ordinary items like that we have been getting and collecting in the background anyway. So technically, yes, we have started to collate the dragon items, the dragon taming items, but they're not in their own dedicated chest or shulker box. So that we still need to do. Finish Animal Farm. Well, it's not quite done yet because we still need to get some cows and put those cows into our farm, and then I might put a roof on it, and then once the roof's on, then we can call it done, I think. The next one down is set up arcade district. Well, let me just give you a quick update of the arcade district. So here we are over at the arcade district, and if I start walking backwards, I have been terraforming this area off camera for quite a bit. It's been an on and off project in between episodes and things like that. I have recorded a fair bit of it, and I might put it into a bit of a time lapse and stuff. But if I go into our map here, we've got an entire flat area almost finished. If I do a flyby, we can see that it's this bit here that still needs to be filled in. Now, I was going to completely fill this in. You can kind of see where I've started a little bit. All of this was uneven. There was a giant pit and everything. Like I said, I have recorded most of what I've done over here. I just need to actually put that into some sort of time-lapse video. So, yeah, I don't know if and or when I'm going to actually put that together and put that out. But it's there, and I can show that if people want. But just to save resources and time, I'm literally just going to put a blanket over the entire hole that we've still got. A little bit like over here, where you've got room to actually jump, because it's 3 blocks. So yeah, all of this is staying a hole for now. And that means once it's filled in, just imagine all of this completely flat. What I've also got going on is a small little project here. This is where I'm putting all the bits that I'm kind of digging out from here. And in theory, I just need to dig this bit out and this bit out, and then we can actually start kitting this out for an escape room, which I'm still trying to figure out some redstone mechanics and some other bits and pieces. I'm trying to make it actually worthwhile and not able to be cheated through, which is very, very difficult, especially when I wouldn't call myself a builder. I definitely wouldn't call myself a redstoner. I'm just a Minecraft player, I guess, is what you can call me. So, yeah, I'm just trying to use my brain at the moment and just see if I can find any contraptions and things, come up with different bits and pieces to actually make this a fairly decent escape room. But yeah, we just need to finish terraforming this entire section. And we've got room to grow as well. We can always dig out a little bit more of this mountainside and grow this bit. We've also got a nice little river out the back here. When I say river, it's more like a lake. To do any water-based games, whether it's a boat track or a swimming game or something. I've even put in a staircase to go down to it. So yeah, the progress is coming along. It's just, between episodes, or I focus on episodes, and then when I'm not doing episodes, I'm busy doing other bits and pieces. I'm just not in the mood. Sometimes I'm literally just not in the mood. So it's one of those slow burning things. But yeah, literally just need to blanket this off, and then yeah, games can start being built here. There are a few other games that I've got designs for ready to be built on this land. So yeah, I look forward to actually placing them down. But we've got other bits and pieces. There's a fence there. We've got some other bits and pieces to get through first. But yeah, that's the arcade district at the very least. So, set up arcade district. Technically, we've set the arcade district up and we have a location for it, but it's not set up completely. So, we'll still keep that one up on there. Going back through, start collecting dragons and defeat the Wither. Haven't done those yet. Make beacon. Collect all the Iron Man armors. Well, that one I've actually been gifted as a Christmas present, as we saw previously. So, and if we don't know what we're talking about, down in these shulker boxes, there's 3 red ones, all given to me as a Christmas present. So these are all the different Iron Man armors. I'm going to put that netherrack away while I'm here. There you go. Fin Loot Bast. Well, that's Finish Looting Bastion. There is a bastion that I found in the nether that I decided to leave for an episode. So actually, that might be next week's episode. Thinking about it. So, yeah. I will probably make that next week's episode. Because that sounds quite fun. Yeah, there you go. I know there was a reason I made this to-do list. Testing shed. Well, that's the redstone testing shed. That's the big thing on the other side of the bridge. So that is done. Redstone farms. I can't remember why I put that on there and what that is. So I'm going to leave that on there for now. Scuba shed. That one's been done for a while. So that one can be got rid of. And that brings us to the end of our to-do list. So you can kind of see what else we've kind of got left to do. Mainly it's things like the How to Train Your Dragon mod and collecting all the dragons for that and making them a home over on that flat piece of land over to that way. Things like grabbing cows and finishing the animal farm. And then we've got the bastion to do. Wither and other boss fights and things like that. So there's a few bits left to do and many episodes to come. But I've still got time for one more thing. As soon as I started this world, and as soon as me and my friends, finished the last server world we were playing and made this one, I knew there was one thing I wanted to make. within this world. And it's been a secret project of mine since the start of this series. And I've been working on it off in the background, and it's actually coming along quite well, to be fair. It's still work in progress, it's still being worked on as we speak, but somewhere out there in the Minecraft world, there is a secret project of mine being built. And I would like to show you it today. Because I'm quite chuffed of how it's going, to be fair. I'm really happy with how it's actually looking, and there are still some design choices I'm still trying to figure out and work on and finalize. So, the location of this project will remain a secret. And the reason for that will become obvious once we get there. But I am going to cut to inside the secret project and keep its location unknown. So, on the count of 3, I am going to cut, and the secret project will be unveiled. 1, 2, 3. And just like that, with a nice little bit of video editing, we are here. Are you ready? Are you ready for this? This is what I am calling the library, because there's books. But no, this fantastic space is where we're going to be placing some important items. This is in sorts of a museum, and as you can see, I'm still kind of working on a roof design, and I think I've got a way forward. I do quite like the waxed copper here. What is that? The chiseled copper? What is that? Waxed cut copper is what that is. And it just kind of stops the crisscross of the different spruce log textures. Because I quite like the contrast between the two different wood types. But obviously it's going to be messy once look at it from this way, where the up and down lines meet the left and right lines. So just putting a different block there to kind of meet in the middle kind of helps separate it. I might decide to unwax them and let them age a little bit, but for the moment that's quite nice. And then I'm looking at suspending some lights from those points as well. But this is where we're sticking in some really important items that have interesting properties, shall we say. It's also where we're sticking some collections of ours that I haven't started putting in yet. A lot of these rooms are fairly basic. I might decide to change the walls out in some of these, but it's just getting a baseline of how I want the rooms to be. And it's thinking about what I actually want down here. So obviously anything that's collectible. So down that side, you've got the potions and you've got the discs. And of course, with some of the other mods, we've got a nice collection of different crystals that you can have on display. So that's what I've decided will go in here. I've also got space for all the different armor trims. In here, again, I might change this room and do something else for this room. But all the different horns will be displayed in this room. There's only 8 of them, so it's a nice small room to do. Got a nice little reading nook in here with all these chiseled bookshelves. And yeah, this is where all the enchantment books are going to be. One for each sort of thing. I don't know if I'm actually going to need all of these bookshelves, but I've got the space. And there's still rooms that I haven't decided what I'm going to be doing. And as I go along, and as this project continues, this space will grow. I am always coming down here and knocking through that back wall and making it as long as I can. So yeah, this is basically what I've been working on off camera in between obviously making episodes and the arcade district. So, and this has been heavily inspired by the library from the TV show The Librarian. Well, the films and then the series. So all about, you know, hiding away all those magical artifacts like the Ark of the Covenant and things like that. So, and I think I'm taking a couple of cues from Warehouse 13 as well in some of the cases. So, yeah, it's a very vast space and I quite like it. And I'm looking forward to finishing off some of the other rooms as well. So, yeah. But what I do want to do is spend just a couple of minutes and start filling in some of these rooms so that once we actually collect a little bit more, we can just bring them straight in here and straight into their appropriate rooms. So I do want to take just a couple of minutes and grab a couple of shulker boxes and start taking stuff from the valuables chest over at the base and bring them over here. So, let's get to that, shall we? I do know I have got a couple of spare shulker boxes in here. Obviously, these are all the building materials that I'm currently using. These are some test items just to make sure things look right and whatnot. And then over here is everything I have dug out from this area. I've even had to start shoving them in shulker boxes. So I've had to deal with a lot of interesting caves and holes and things. But we have got quite a few resources from this excavation as well. So between the pit and this, we're doing all right on some of the resources. I'm going to be cutting between the base and here, again, to keep the location secret because of all these valuable stuff. I don't want anyone just coming down here and stealing an ender pearl or a totem of undying and things like that. So that's why the location of this has got to be secret. Because otherwise I'm going to have to go out and collect them again, and I've already collected them once, and that's why they're down here. So, yeah, I'm going to cut between the two. And hopefully get everything in one foul swoop, and then we'll start placing things down. Let's go! So actually, it's turning to night at the moment, so let's just go have a quick little sleep so that it's safe to transport these things. Cool. So let's head over to the valuables room, the storage room, and set down the shulker boxes that we picked up from the library. Now, all of this is going to stay where it is. But what I do want to grab is one of each of these. And just place them in this chest here. What I'm also going to do from the same chest is just grab all of these. And pray and hope I've actually got enough space for all of these now that I'm actually seeing them again. So that's emptied out a good half a chest. Down here, I'm going to just place in one of each of these. Now, I don't know whether to add splash potions. Potions are one of the interesting ones that I've been having a look at. Because you've got all the different potions. Oh, there's a wandering trader on the roof. 2 seconds. Just grab the emeralds that I've got. Should there be anything he has? Use the external ladder and climb up. He doesn't appear to have any of his llamas with him. Anything worth grabbing? Not that I can see. No, I don't think he has anything. See you later. I'll take that head for my collection. Pop those emeralds back. And his head can join the other 19 I've got. How is the Wandering Trader the most heads I've actually got? So where was I? Ah, yes. Potions. You've got all the different types of potions, and actually if we have a look at potions, it takes up 3 pages. Okay, some of them are actually cauldron-based, I think. I mean, you've got lingering potions, you've got splash potions, and then you've got the drinking potions. I mean, just taking a look at the drinking potions alone, that's about 20, 25, 30, something like that. But then you've got the splash kinds of each potion, and then you've got the lingering potions of each. So I don't quite know how to actually do that. So for now, I'm just sticking with one of each of the drinking potions. I'm leaving the splash potions, and I'm leaving the lingering potions. I'm just doing the drinking ones for now. The normal potions themselves. So these 3 can stay. That one will come with me. Already got a healing potion. I've already got swiftness and water breathing. I've got luck, apparently. Potion of regeneration I need. And of course, we've got the ominous bottle and the bottle of enchanting, because they're still potions, I guess. One of them gives you bad omen, and the other one gives you experience. But they're still bottles of potions. So, in theory, they can fit all in there, bar one, which is quite annoying. So that one can go in there. And then going down, we've got the horns and the discs. So each of these is coming with me, and then each of these full discs are coming with me. That one, I'm actually going to wait until I've got all 9 fragments, and then we can put the actual disc in. And there's about 20 of the discs left to collect. So yeah, there's not a lot to stick in there, but we are starting to kit out the library, which is really, really cool. It does make it slightly more difficult, because in a chest you can actually see what you've got, whereas the way I'm doing it, it's basically by looking at the item itself. But I'm sure I'll get around it. Right, let's head out and pop these within the library and start kitting out some of those rooms that I have dug out. So here we are, back at the library. And I think I'm going to start with the crystals. Now, how many display stands have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I think it was this shulker box. How many have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Interesting. Very interesting. So I might actually have to Oh, I know how I'm going to fix this. I think. So we're going to pop in here and grab 3 of these. And we're going to pop into here and grab 3 of these. And just for now, I'm going to bung 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there. I will change it at some point. I might just have to extend one side of the room, which is really annoying because it's an even room. That's the whole problem about it. But that's fine. And then the idea being is I can pop these down in an order that kind of resembles something very quite nice. That actually looks really kind of cool, just looking over the different crystals. I might change my mind at some point and actually stick them on the block themselves, but for now, that's how we're going to leave them. I'm also looking at putting some doors here as well, but it's just choosing the right door for the room. Because, I mean, if I type in door, you've got all these different types of doors. You know, some of them might be duplicated, but I mean, this crystal room, I feel like needs the magic door, which is made with magic planks from magic wood. So, yeah, but that can go now, because that's in there. Right, we're going to pop over to the other side of the room. Now, is it in the same box? It is in the same box. This is trims, isn't it? Yeah. Cool. And then just going through all the different trims. Got the smithing template. And then each of these. And again, I think I've miscalculated because I don't think I originally factored the upgrade template in here. But I do like the 3D effect of the trims. So that's quite cool. That's quite nice. I like that. What's up here? Horns, which I believe is in the other one. 1, 2, 3. There you go. At some point, I do actually want to name these so that once you look at them, their name pops up. Or I might put a sign up. I don't know. There you go. What's in that one? Enchantment books, which we could also do, I suppose. Maybe not today. There's another one I'm missing. Discs. Here we go. We'll do this one next, which is this shulker box. And we're just going to place... There's a reason I'm keeping an order, because it's the order of which I got them in. Personally, I just like the way they look on these cushioned... I love the way they've done the broken section on this disc. Just looks so cool. And then it's the potions. And they'll just put these in one at a time. And then that way it looks like they're kind of like on a shelf of some description. So, yeah, I quite like how that looks. Just grab it, come in and grab one, and then run away again. And hopefully there's enough spaces for all of the different items. I mean, what? That's 3, 6, 9, 12. So that's 12 on that side, which is 24. And you've got another 3, 6, 9, 12 on that side. So what, 24 plus 12, that's 36. And that's all of the items placed into the library. Now I do need to finish the roof all the way down to the end, but luckily I've got my tree farm for that, and saplings and bone meal and things, so that'll work on in the background. And also work on some of the other rooms as well. And hopefully we can start kitting this out as soon as we can. That's another reason why I kind of want to go do the Bastion, because we might be able to find some more bits and pieces in there, like the pig step music disc and maybe the snout armor trim and things like that. Maybe some more ancient debris. I also want to go and have a look at one of the trail ruins, because that'll have a couple more music discs in them and 4 of the armor trims, if I'm lucky. So that's a couple of things on the to-do list, or at least one that I need to add on to the to-do list. But yeah, collecting the discs, collecting the armor trims, finding some more of those potions as well. Yeah, so much to do, so many episodes more to make, and I am looking forward to each and every one of them. That is all I have time for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. And until I see you in the next one, have a good one. Bye for now.